Then he did, and that's fine. I went out of my way to troll him a little bit now. If you want to fight, come on. I mean, I ain't tripping. You ain't got to troll me. Come see me. That's who I am. I don't do talk well, you know?
Have you heard anything from him or anybody in the camp?
No, I ain't heard nothing yet, but they know where I'm at, and they know how to find me.
I mean, you think there's a possibility, Roy? Like,
Jews and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions, and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked, because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always better. Wide open, ready to go.
When Roy Jones said that, of course, Floyd made more money than him, but he's a greater fighter of the two.
No. Floyd backed up everything. No. Floyd's a better fighter between the two. Better skills, more technique, the discipline, everything,
Okay, one for Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. have finally agreed to settle their differences in the ring. After Mayweather took some shots at him, Roy fired back and called him out for a fight. Now, Floyd has accepted the challenge, and the two legends are set to face off later this year.
If you let him move around and do what he want to do, he going to beat you, because he's very explosive and he's very mean.
I was going to say he mean too.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think you would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Right. Sugar is a dog. Yeah. Just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Yeah. Sugar is a dog.
On June 17th, during an episode of the All the Smoke Fight podcast with Andre Ward, Roy Jones Jr. sparked debate by saying Sugar Ray Leonard would have beaten Floyd Mayweather if they had fought in their primes. People always say Floyd would have beat Sugar. No, baby, Jones said. Floyd wasn't as mean as Sugar. Don't let the name fool you. Sugar was a dog. He doesn't get enough credit for that. Jones added, I like Floyd, and he was great, but beating Sugar? That's a whole different level. They'd have to come up with something new to deal with him.
Entitled to their own opinion. And I'm glad that Roy Jones feels that way about himself. Every fighter that's gave the sport of boxing their whole life and sacrificed a lot inside that square circle, they should feel that way. So if he feels that way, more power to him.
Roy Jones Jr. continued by saying that if Floyd changed up his style, he might have a chance. But the way he usually fights wouldn't work against Sugar Ray Leonard. What Floyd's been doing to regular opponents, that won't fly with Sugar, Jones said. Sugar has that third element, heart. People say Floyd has heart, but we don't really know. He's never been truly tested. Sugar. We've seen his heart on full display. These remarks clearly got under Mayweather's skin. On July 6th, Floyd fired back by posting clips on his Instagram story of Roy Jones Jr. getting knocked out in past fights, a move that quickly went viral across social media.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality.
Roy Jones Jr. has finally responded to Mayweather's trolling. On July 9th, he posted a video on Instagram titled Public Service Announcement, addressing the situation directly. What's up, fight fans? I know you're all loving the sport of boxing, he began. We all have our opinions, and that's fine. I've got mine, and I have every right to speak on them. Then, referring to Mayweather's viral knockout clips, Jones added, if someone was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked. He ended with a clear challenge. If you really want to prove you're better than me, I'm ready anytime. All you have to do is call.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does to stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No.
It's clear Roy Jones Jr.'s message was aimed at Floyd Mayweather, and now fans believe Floyd might actually accept the challenge, with an exhibition fight possibly on the horizon. It's rare to see two retired legends going back and forth, but when it happens, it grabs everyone's attention. One fan joked that Jones should have expected the backlash, saying, "Roy should have known Floyd was going to get him back." He can't say anything, man. Mayweather, known for his sharp trash talk during his prime, clearly hasn't lost his touch.
Roy Jones explains why Floyd and he were so different.
We stood for two different things. He was a social media blowout. He blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character because he could do it, and do things the way he did it. He was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill. He wanted to play King of the...
Another user argued that Floyd Mayweather was the better fighter, pointing out that he was never knocked out, never knocked down, and never tested positive for any PEDs. Roy did, the user wrote, referencing Jones Jr.'s positive test for androstenedione after his light heavyweight title fight against Richard Hall in May 2000.
He's my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his...
Meanwhile, another user pointed out that Roy Jones Jr. has been taking shots at Floyd Mayweather for years, suggesting it might not be personal but rather a clash in boxing philosophy. While some believe it's just differing views on the sport, others questioned Jones's motives. One user claimed he's trying to stay relevant because he's going broke, hinting that the recent comments could be more about attention than rivalry.
Yeah, I think he's a nice guy. Floyd Mayweather added in Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, look, once a fighter, always a fighter. Look, if you're going to attack Floyd's character, he's going to attack you back. That's just the bottom line. It's like with me and Berlanga. If you're going to try to attack, like with me, I'm just having fun.
An exhibition fight between Mayweather and Jones might not excite everyone, but it would definitely bring in big money. One user sided with Jones Jr., joking that Roy should have taken easier fights like Floyd if he wanted to become the best before him. However, Floyd's career includes battles with top names like Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, Marcos Maidana, Juan Manuel Marquez, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, and Oscar De La Hoya, proving he faced some of the toughest opponents in boxing.
Not because he did a great job, but he did it for himself, and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept, because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting till the right time to fight Pacquiao, finding the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money.
Before calling out Floyd Mayweather for a fight, Roy Jones Jr., a boxing legend himself, made it clear in a recent interview that he doesn't see Mayweather as one of the greatest ever. In fact, he said he wouldn't even put Floyd on the GOAT list. "If you don't believe Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time, you might as well spit in my face," Jones said. "If you can't respect Ali, how can I respect you?" For Jones, greatness goes beyond an undefeated record. It's about sacrifice, impact, and the cultural weight Ali carried, especially since Ali gave up the prime years of his career to protest the Vietnam War and still came back to dominate. To Roy, that's true greatness.
This fight,
If you want it,
if you want it, what's your final message to Floyd?
you already know.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm going that way.
That's it.
Ain't nothing no ever change.
You can knock him out. Your prime versus his prime, you were way better, right?
You got an X?
Are you gonna get an exhibition before that or something?
Floyd Mayweather retired undefeated with a perfect 50-0 record, beating legends like Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, and Canelo Alvarez. He's long called himself the best ever, but his 2024 comments showed a more complex view. While he respected Muhammad Ali for paving the way, Floyd also pointed out Ali's loss to Leon Spinks, who had just 7 pro fights at the time. "Ali's a legend," Floyd said, "but if we're talking stats and wins, I've never lost my title to a guy with 7 fights." Roy Jones Jr. wasn't impressed by Floyd's focus on numbers. Floyd didn't directly respond to Roy's recent remarks, but he made his point by posting a video of Roy getting knocked out on his Instagram story. Subtle, not even a little.
All right, Roy calls out Floyd Mayweather, and this ain't a good look. I mean, come on, man. Roy addicted to the game like Jordan Payton. Roy need to go sit down, man. And Floyd Mayweather don't fight black fighters, even in exhibitions, dude. He ain't trying to fight nobody melanated. Go on, sit down, Roy. I know it's a...
Mayweather's message was clear. He prefers to make his point with visuals and shade. Their back-and-forth highlights the ongoing debate over what true greatness in boxing means. Is it about an undefeated record and defense, or about legacy, activism, and influence beyond the ring? One thing's certain, this rivalry shows no signs of fading. On July 8th, Jake Paul shared his thoughts in an interview with Fight Hype about Mayweather's response to Jones Jr.'s comments. "Nah, Roy is the legend, bro. You can't come for Roy like that," Paul said. When asked who was better in their primes, he added, "I'd say Roy was better in his prime, but Floyd stayed consistent throughout his career. Roy was definitely something special in his prime." It seems Jake Paul would side with Roy Jones Jr. if these two legends ever faced off.
Clips of his fights getting knocked out. What do you think about that?
Nah, Roy's a legend, bro. you can't come for Roy like that.
Now, who do you think was better in their prime? Roy or Floyd?
I would say Roy was better during the prime, but Floyd just stayed consistent.
There's a boxing legend who prefers to stay neutral in the growing feud between Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao stepped into the conversation with a straightforward message. The controversy flared up after Jones Jr. praised Sugar Ray Leonard over Mayweather on the All the Smoke Fight podcast, which led Mayweather to respond by sharing knockout clips of Jones Jr., heating things up again. When asked about the feud, Pacquiao chose to avoid taking sides, focusing instead on unity. In an interview with Fight Hype, he said, "I don't like to compare what we've done as long as we've accomplished something that inspires boxing fans."
So who is the better fighter in their prime?
Look, in their prime, I mean, I gotta give it up to both guys, but I mean, look, we're retired, man. Let's keep this fighting thing for the young bucks, you know.
But you fought Floyd, you fought him, so you know firsthand, you know his talent. Sure. But Roy in his prime, when he was like Superman before the knockouts, before everything.
Manny Pacquiao stressed that every fighter's achievements should be respected on their own, without comparisons or unnecessary drama. He made it clear in the Fight Hype interview that ranking fighters only fuels rivalry and takes away from the sport's true spirit. "I don't like that," he said, referring to Roy Jones Jr.'s ranking of fighters, urging fans to focus on respect instead. For Pacquiao, boxing legends are meant to inspire, not compete for medals or titles. This view fits with his wider philosophy. Even after his huge 2015 fight with Mayweather, the biggest pay-per-view event ever, Pacquiao stays humble, concentrating on family, faith, and giving back, which sets him apart from Mayweather.
Most fighters aren't afraid to fight nobody if they're going to get paid for it properly. The problem is, you don't want to take a $5 million fight and you only going to get $50,000 for it, because if you lose it, that's almost the end of the day for you. Why would you put yourself on the line for that? It makes common sense what people do. It made sense what Floyd Mayweather did.
The Filipino boxer recently called out Mayweather for being boastful and materialistic, saying, "I pity him for choosing wealth over spiritual wealth." At 46, Pacquiao is preparing for a comeback fight against Mario Barrios on July 19, 2025. But beyond training, he's showing leadership in boxing's story. His calm yet firm words to Jones Jr. show how he connects the sport's past with its future, proving that sportsmanship goes beyond competition. As he steps back into the ring, Pacquiao rejects public comparisons and urges everyone to focus on inspiring fans. He distances himself from materialism, standing firm in his spiritual and charitable beliefs. This measured approach raises him not just as a fighter, but as a respected voice guiding boxing's legacy.
About Roy and Floyd going back and forth. I just talked to him. Floyd was really worked up. I mean, Roy was really worked up about it. What do you think, Andre?
They fighters, man.
Okay, we're going this way.
They fighters.
Isn't that the biggest fight in boxing today? Like, if that would have really happened, you think it could happen?
Watch out, Andre can still throw hands now. Don't mess with them like that.
They fighters, bro.
Roy said he could have.
Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather Jr. are two boxing legends who have shaped the sport in unforgettable ways. Both are seen as the best pound-for-pound fighters of their times, fueling ongoing debates over who truly deserves the title of the greatest ever. Mayweather, with his flawless 50-0 record, is often called the best pound-for-pound boxer in history. His unmatched defense and skill in controlling fights made him one of a kind. On top of that, Mayweather achieved massive commercial success, starring in 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events in boxing history.
We're Roy Jones Jr.
Floyd Mayweather, anybody else that won't smoke the word Jones, we know damn well they can get in a question. Has there ever been a question? That's one thing that's different from Roy. That's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked these folks. Roy fought whoever the fuck came. He was by legend. So Don't get me fucked. Y'all made me cook. Don't get me.
Roy Jones Jr., a four-division undisputed champion, sees things differently. In an interview with Real Life Productions, when asked if he considers Mayweather the greatest of all time, Jones gave a clear and firm answer: no. Known for his slick yet powerful style, Jones was the first fighter in over a century to win a middleweight world title and then claim a heavyweight title. Over his impressive career, he dominated 4 weight classes and defeated top fighters like James Toney, Bernard Hopkins, and Antonio Tarver, all while delivering an exciting style that fans love to watch.
I 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all time. Nah, Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died.
Mayweather ended his career with a perfect 50-0 record, winning titles in 5 weight classes and showcasing what many call the best defense in boxing history. He was also one of the sport's biggest draws, headlining 4 of the top 5 highest-selling pay-per-view events. In an interview with Real Life Productions, Jones Jr. was asked if Mayweather's record made him the greatest of all time. He said no and explained there have been even more impressive careers. You have to respect anyone who stays undefeated that long, he said. I respect it to a degree. But do I think 50-0 means he's the greatest? No. Julio Cesar Chavez went 80-0 at one point. 80. Can you top that? No. He just didn't stop. Floyd got to 50-0 and stopped because of Rocky Marciano. Rocky died. If he hadn't died, Floyd probably would have kept going too.
Jones versus Floyd Mayweather beef. Now, we all know Floyd was showing the videos of Roy Jones getting knocked the hell out. And I said, where the hell did this come from? Why he do him like that? Well, it stems from Roy, we all know.
Jones also criticized Mayweather's final fight, a 10th round stoppage of UFC star Conor McGregor in his boxing debut. Ultimately, the debate over who is the greatest of all time will likely go on, fueled by the different achievements and views of these two legends. When asked about Roy Jones Jr.'s claim that he deserves the GOAT title more than anyone else, Mayweather responded, well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm glad Roy Jones feels that way about himself. Every fighter who's given their life to boxing and sacrificed inside that ring should feel proud. So if he feels that way, more power to him.
And I don't know if people realize this, Roy. Your first 50 fights, you didn't get beat, you got DQ'd. Had you been 50-0, would you have stopped?
After I won the heavyweight title and went back down and beat Tarver that first time, I would have stopped right there. But it was in my DNA, it was in my inevitability.
I had one fight that took place at a catchweight, but that wasn't my idea. Anyone can look this up online. It was in an article. At one point, I think Canelo believed I was scared to fight him and thought I'd avoid it. So he said, Floyd doesn't want to fight me. I'm willing to meet him at 152 pounds. I called his bluff and said, if you want to do it, let's do it at 152. But after Canelo made weight, there wasn't a clause stopping him from gaining weight. He came in around 168 or close to 170 pounds, while I stayed at 151 or 152.
Around him, he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight.
You understand me? Because now we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We fortunate that we saw the fight. Because to be honest with you, Earl came back from dead and made it back and fought this fight.
Roy Jones is an incredible fighter who has done a lot for boxing, and I'm truly proud of him. Floyd Mayweather is often praised as one of the greatest boxers in history. Throughout his amazing career, he defeated many top opponents, won world titles in 5 weight classes, and retired undefeated with sharp skills and a huge financial success. It's no wonder he earned the nickname, the best ever.
And nobody said that. When they were both occupying boxing at the same time, Floyd wasn't sniffing his jockstrap. And I'm talking about pretty boy Floyd and Roy. You can't even argue that because we were there. I was there watching both of them. No one mentioned Floyd with Roy. It's not like they're two different eras and you can't compare them. They were being compared, and it wasn't even a question.
Despite all his achievements and flawless record, not everyone believes the 5-division world champion fully deserves the legendary status he holds. That's all for now. For the latest news, highlights, events, and everything boxing, stay tuned by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our quality content. Until next time, peace.